Well, hello, everyone. This is Wilson Cole, president of Adams, Evans, and Ross and Backdoor Hire and managing partner of ELOC, which also owns Recruiting and Staffing Solutions magazine, which is the marketing arm for our other companies. And I'm with our brand manager and lovely daughter, Allie. Hey, Allie, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Doing fine, doing fine. Today we're going to talk about kind of old school, but how it ties into the different medium and the different remarketing efforts that you have. And in my opinion, and you guys have done a very good job getting kind of finding the balance between the old thought process and the new thought process. In the olden days, the goal was to get somebody to come to your website and give them your email address so you could spam them for the rest of their lives. Times have changed. But I don't think not having a way to give away good content and good lead magnets to get their email address is still something that definitely needs to be done, because what a lot of people my age don't realize until your team explained it to me is that the email address is good for following up. And by the way, emails still work. You have to be respectful. You don't want to spam them. You're getting a little bit of a diminished return because everybody's getting hit with so many email, but emails still work. But emails are important because there are vehicles out there that you can remarket or expand. Like if I have a list of 100 emails or 1,000 emails, we can put it into our remarketing software, and all of these people that may have never been by our website start seeing us in their Facebook feeds. They start seeing us in banner ads. So emails are the key to the city. Kind of walk us through, once we get an email address, how that email address kind of ties back into some of these remarketing efforts where you don't have to insert a cookie. You can actually reach out there and use that email address to touch it.
Absolutely. So with marketing now, it's not just I reach out to you once and you decide, yes, these are the people I need to work with. It's not quite that simple anymore. So you really want to have multiple touch points and really have sequential marketing campaigns. So that way you see someone multiple times to keep them reminded of you. So I'm sure you guys have all seen the cute pair of shoes that you went and looked at that keep on popping up in your newsfeed, that keep on showing up in a video right before YouTube. That's not by coincidence. It's all about getting those touch points going again, and you can do that very easily with emails, because wherever that email is used, then you can market there as well.
Even if, because in the olden days or in the mid-old days, I used to think that the only way that that would work is if you were, I just moved around some stuff and totally lost you. There we go. In the olden days, the way that emails used to work is if you send them out an email, they land on a landing page, it inserts a cookie. But I have recently found out that you can show up in those banner ads and those shoes if you just have their email address. So if you're at a trade show and somebody gives you their business card, you can market to them without them ever having to land on a landing page and take a cookie.
Absolutely, because again, when you get the trade show, when you go, everybody ends up with a stack of cards, and it's great to call them, it's great to follow up, but it would also be wonderful to pair that with some sort of follow-up marketing and remarketing with their emails. So that way they see that emblem or whatever logo you have and they associate with that conversation they had. And it can build off of that. And it might be a better time when they have free time and they're looking around more rather than just a phone call.
One of the campaigns that you created and your team created that has worked amazingly well is with the Backdoor Hire product that I think somebody could use if you're a recruiter or if you're a staffing firm. You could use, we can do it for you. You can steal our campaign. I'm okay with it. is we found you. Imagine how many backdoor hires we could find. Imagine if you are a recruiter and somebody comes by your booth, they give you the card, and you enter their email address with all the people that went, and you start not only doing the email follow-up, but you now start showing up in their Facebook. You start showing up in banner ads whenever they're at their favorite news site, or they're scrolling through Facebook. You're there in different ads, or even in their feed group. And the caption could be, we found you. Imagine what kind of talent we could find. And that is, and surprisingly, it's very inexpensive. I mean, you could take literally using our economics, let's say you have 100 people that you meet at a trade show, or you get an attendance list of the 150, 200 people that were there. You can ship that in and start marketing to them, not only by email, but start showing up in their Facebook, start showing up in their banner ads and all of that for about $100. You could probably do a month-long campaign to that very, very specific campaign targeted towards that group. And you can also see very instantly the return on investment, because it used to be that people had to be touched 3 to 5 times to buy. Now, the last, and this is back 6 months ago, was 19 to 20 times before they even really register that they see your ad, because there's so much information coming in. So having your website or having your marketing still fixated on capturing emails, in my opinion, is the cheapest and best thing for a small to mid-sized company to do. Allie, any closing arguments before we end this session?
Well, it's not necessarily an argument, but I just want to say a lot of people tend to get a little spooked when they hear about like micro-targeting like that, but because they think it's going to be really, really expensive. But going off of what you were saying, it really is a much more cost-effective way of casting rather than casting out a very wide net.
Exactly. You can target them for a month. It's about $100. For about $1 a lead is what we typically show. You can market to them for about a month. Show up in their Facebook feed. Show up in the different banner ads. Send them some emails. And if they're interested in your product, then they're going to be very much more likely after they see you repeatedly. And I do agree with Allie. A lot of people don't do it because they think it's complicated. They think it's expensive. We can set up these remarketing programs for you without an issue. If you guys have any questions, email Allie, ALLY, at elocglobal.com, and she or one of her team members will get with you. And we can get all of that stuff set up, and it's not very expensive to set up. Once it's set up, like I said, it's about $100, to run those names through there and all of that good stuff. Allie, as always, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next week. And you and I I will see you on Wednesday because we're catching a flight up to Michigan for the TipNet conference.
Oh, yeah.
See you on Wednesday.